What's up, guys? This is Higgins from Legal Automations. I'm on a quest to try out every filament in every color, and on today's episode, we're taking a deep dive into IEMAI PETG-CF in matte purple. One of the things I do particularly like about IEMAI is the fact that they do have this carbon fiber reinforced PETG in a bunch of different colors, especially if you're looking for a very specific kind of darker color of the type you can see here. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and get this open. One of the things I'm not a huge fan of is the fact that they don't have like pull tabs and it's not a Mylar bag like you would see in other filaments. But anyway, we'll get out the box cutter and get this sliced open, and we can show you the actual color itself, which again, huge fan of the color purple, as you can tell from my many purple shirts. Anyway, this is the the matte purple from IEMAI. It's carbon fiber reinforced, so you're going to see a much stiffer PETG than you would typically in other just plain PETG filaments. Anyway, that's the color. As you know, here at Legal Automations, we always dry our filament for at least 6 hours. So I'm going to go ahead and get that done, and I will see you shortly for the generic bamboo, generic benchy in the generic settings from Bamboo Studio. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get that done, and I will see you shortly. Alright, so as you all know, if you're new to the channel, we always end up printing a new benchy in the generic settings, in this case PETG-CF. It should take a little under an hour, so we're going to go ahead and get that done. And we're going to get the rest of the test prints done. Anyway, we got those all printed out, and as you can see here from the test print of the benchy in generic settings, it looks pretty good. There's no any sort of issues or anything like that. Truth be told, maybe a little bit of arching on the arches, some stringing, and some smaller details. So we're going to see if we can rectify those in the throughout the test prints. Next up, we have the dimensional cube, and this one's 40 by 40 by 40 millimeters cube, printed in spiral vase mode. I used a little too much glue on the bottom, so that's why there's some discoloration, and there's a little bit of a hiccup inside, so we're going to see about fixing some of those. Anyway, next up we have the temp tower. This helps us to determine what temperature we should be printing this particular filament at. This one, I believe, was closer to 250. That way it just allows for dealing with any sort of spikes or globs or anything like strings or anything like that. And that one was the one that was best. Next up, we had the max volumetric speed test. Next up, we will have the max volumetric speed test. This one, everything looks fine, and I realized that I found the retraction test. No real stringing or anything like that, but back to the max volumetric speed test. This one ended up looking pretty good at 28 millimeters per second cubed, pretty quick for PETG. Next up, we have the overhang test, and like much others at PETG, around 75%, you're going to want to see a little bit of like overhang protection, especially if you're dealing in the finer details. And we got those things dialed in and reprinted a benchy with them dialed in. Again, everything that I changed is in the description down below. But everything looks good. Unfortunately, this isn't for sale on Amazon right now, so I can't really give a link. I bought it on Amazon, but at time of filming it wasn't available. Overall, though, if you can find it, this one's pretty good, especially if you're looking for this great purple color. Anyway, this has been IEMAI's PETG-CF, or carbon fiber, in matte purple. If you like this type of content, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all the nice YouTube things. I'm a relatively new channel, and I don't have sponsorships or anything like that, so all this is coming out of my pocket. Anyway, this has been Higgins with Legal Automations. Be kind to each other, do all the nice YouTube things, and I will hopefully see you at the next review. Thanks!